Now, let's look at the process of NMC step by step, what to be done if you want to create your account. Now, the first step is you go to this website, which is www.nmc.org.uk. Now, the first step, what I would suggest you directly going into the registration step and starting with your application, do a self-assessment, which is available on the website. So by this self-assessment, you will be able to make sure that you are equipped with the required documents you already have with you. You will also get to know, are you fit to get registered to UK NMC? Are you ready to get into the register? These information will be very clear. So I would suggest you the step one is do a self-assessment, which is available on the website. Now in the self-assessment, you would be choosing the information that you want to register as a nurse or you want to register as a midwife. Now 70% of the time, the nurse, an average nurse who works with ICU, many other departments, they'll be registering as a nurse. But if you want to go as a midwife, it's totally a different process. So you will be entering the register as a midwife. You need to provide the appropriate documents for that. Step 3 is fill a self-assessment form. I'll guide you what to be done for that assessment form. Step 4 is this assessment form you begin where you make sure that you select what is your profession, for which register you want to go to. You will register as a nurse adult. Then you'll be checking the application which has been given to you in this form. You understood it very well. You click it yes. I have not issued with an NMC PIN in the UK as a nurse previously, like you have never applied for NMC and you don't have any NMC PIN previously, you click I have not. Now, in the next page, that is a summary what you have clicked over here. If you want to change, like you have selected nurse adult and now you feel like, no, I need to change it to midwife, so you can edit and you can change that. If there is any mistake what you have done, your country of nationality, instead of India, you've selected some other country and your current nationality is different, then you can change that as well. So any information which you want to change, which you have clicked earlier, you can change it over here. Then you give a declaration that you understood the process, you understood whatever information was asked to you, gave it appropriately, you understood the process well. You mark it, I understand, and you click on next, that is the button next, and then you go on to the next step. Now, here in this page, you will see an icon which says sign up to register with NMC online. So you click on this, that is your step 6. Step 7, you will get a pop-up of this page. In this, you have to make sure that you put your appropriate email address. Your name should be spelled correctly as per your passport. So whatever information is asked in this page, you should make sure you enter it appropriately. There should not be any mistake in terms of your email address, because after this step, you will be getting a confirmation email. You need to confirm, you need to verify that this is your email address. Then you will be able to log into your account and then you will be able to continue your application. Okay, so you need to fill this details, which is your step 7. In step 8, this is a verification email. This is a sample of a verification email which you will receive from NMC, that is Nursing and Midwifery Council. You need to confirm your email. So you need to click on this link and confirm your email address. So once you click on this link, you will be taken to this page where you need to enter your email address and the password which you have set. You need to enter that and you need to log in. Now when you log in, you will get the second page, which is security setup. Now please understand, most of the people, what they do is they put information over here, whichever is asked, and then they forget that. Please understand, when you want to reset your password in future, you forget your password and you don't remember what the password was. If you want to reset, they'll ask you the same questions. You should be able to answer it appropriately. So make sure whatever answers you give over here, make sure you note it in a diary or keep it somewhere so that it's secured. And in future, if you don't remember your security setup questions, you can review and then give answers and you'll be able to reset your password. So you should be careful with it. So once this step is done, you log in and you will be able to see a chart where it says your eligibility and qualification you have checked appropriately and it has been done. So now you continue with the application. So here on the top, you will be able to see your NMC PRN number, which is your temporary PRN number for this application, which is a kind of application number. Then on your right hand side, you'll be able to see your name, your address, and your telephone numbers, which you have put in the initial data collection area where you filled in all the details. So if you want to change anything, click on this update and you can change. Then you will click on apply and you will go to the next page. And you click on apply, you will get the pages like this, which is called as equality and diversity. So they want to know about your nationality, they want to know about your background. So whatever question is asked over here, appropriately click it. Appropriately you need to mark it. Okay, so the first question is, do you have caring responsibility? Please tick that apply. None, you click it none. Primary carer of a child or children under 18 years, click it. Primary care of disabled child or children. So whatever question is asked over here, and if someone who still prefers not to say, just click here, no problem with that. So if there is any disability, yes or no, you put it over here. Then you have like questions like, how would you describe your national identity? So like if you're British, you can click that, English, Irish, Northern Irish, Scottish, Welsh. And if none of it fit in for you, if your nationality is different from what is mentioned over here, click other and mention your nationality over here. And you prefer not to say, still you can click prefer not to say and you can go ahead, no problem with that. Then we move ahead, which is a step 12. That is when you click next, they need your passport details. Now please be very clear and sure. When you're at this page and you're applying for your NMC account, your passport should be valid for minimum 3 months. Like from the point of your application, it should be valid for another 3 months. And make sure when you scan your passport is clear before you upload it, which means your name, your photo, your details should be clearly visible. Now, in some scenarios, like in India, I've seen very commonly, like people change their name post-marriage. So your certificate names are different and your passport names are different. So if you have changed your name post-marriage, you will need to upload further evidence if your application is in the different name to the one of your passport. Okay, so you have to make sure that if you have changed anything, then accordingly you need to upload documents if there is any change in your name. When we go on to the next step, that is step 13, wherein you fill in your qualification. Now please understand, when you fill in your qualification details, you will need to upload a copy of the original qualification certificates you were given when you completed your course. You will also need to provide the name, address and contact email address of your educational institution. Now you also need to make sure that you inform your educational institution that you have applied for NMC account, and there are chances that they will receive an email from NMC which they have to verify that you were a student of that particular educational institution. They would be verifying that. Okay, you need to make sure. Also, along with your qualification details, they'll also be asking you for your council registration. So if you're from India, in your country of training, whichever state it is, you have to make sure you give your council name. You need to give all the details which is asked from you about your council. Also, you need to make sure that you inform your regulator. Regulator is your council. Inform your regulator that you've applied for a foreign council, and they will be sending an email to you, which is also, we call it as foreign verification. So you have to make sure that you contact your local council and inform them that they are going to receive an email from NMC and they need to verify that. So this, you have to be very clear and you should be sure about it. Then only you should go ahead and fill in your details and submit your application. Now there are some candidates, they have never registered in their country of training, like they have never registered with council. Maybe you're a fresher, like you've just completed 3 or 4 months after your studies and you have not registered for your council. Still, NMC will ask you for the regulator name, that is the council name you could register with. Okay, like if you wanted to register, you could register with whichever council you have locally. They'll ask you for that council name, and NMC will contact the regulator, that is the council, to confirm that your qualification would allow you to register with them to check if you meet eligibility criteria of NMC, which means they will check with your local council that are you eligible to work in your own country? Are you eligible to work in your own state where you are right now? Okay, so if you meet that criteria, then they will see that are you eligible for the criteria of NMC. So you have to make sure, even if you don't have a council registration, still you can open up your NMC account, but you will have to provide which is your local council over here. Once that is done, This is called as eligibility, and that is your step 15, eligibility and qualification summary. You need to check whether whatever details you have put, like your passport number, your education details, or your college details, your institute details, or your regulated details, have you put it appropriately? If you feel like there is an error, you can reevaluate it and you can change it as required. But you have to make sure whatever information you have feeding in this, it has to be appropriate. You need to check with your original documents. Now then, once that is done, you have to confirm the details provided. First is like you have to agree that the NMC is sharing your information online with third parties for verification process, because verification process will be carried out by a third party company, so you have to authorize for that. Then you need to confirm that you understand that the eligibility and qualification evaluation fee is non-refundable. So please make sure, that's the reason I told you in the beginning. If you are applying for the process, you pay an application fee of £143 you pay. And once you pay that money, and if by any chance your application gets rejected or your verification process gets like you found to be not eligible for the NMC register, you will not get a refund. So you have to give a declaration over here. So you'll have to tick to confirm. This is required. Now, once everything has been done, then you need to pay the application fee, which is approximate £140. So when you're ready to submit your eligibility and qualification application, you will need to pay the £140 qualification evaluation fee. You won't be able to submit your application without paying this fee. So this is essential. You cannot submit, you cannot start your process. The fee is non-refundable. Even if the NMC determined that you're not eligible to apply or you don't gain registration, you should review your application to make sure all the details are correct to avoid any delays. Otherwise, they'll send you mail, this detail is not correct, this is not matching with your education institution or with the regulators. Then again, you need to change. There will be delay in process. So you have to be careful with this. Once this process is done, you will have to wait till you get an email from NMC saying that your verification is successful. That is your next step. That is your step number 18, wherein you receive an email. Okay, now this is a sample of an email which will be sent to your regulator, that is maybe to your institution or maybe to your council, your local council. So this is the kind of email what they would require. So inform your nursing council that you have applied for NMC and they need to respond to NMC email. Now you will be also charged by your local regulator, that is local council. Like for example, if you're working in India, Mumbai, so your council is MNC. So MNC people charges you around 14 to 1500 for your foreign verification. So you need to pay that fees and tell them that okay, there is an email which is going to come from NMC. They need to respond. They'll get a link like this. They'll have to click on that and verify that you are a member of this particular council and you have a good conduct there. So they'll have to verify your details. So this kind of email will be sent to your regulator. Once that is done, once your verification is completed, you'll be able to log into your NMC account, see the status as given below. You will be seeing preparation, third-party verification is successful. Then qualification, regulator verification, you can see the status. Is it in process? Is it successful? So this says that qualification, regulator verification status is received. Then you view and you can see what is the current status. Once this process is done, post-verification from council or training institute is done, NMC will send an email to the candidate indicating the further steps. And also, along with this email, you will receive another email from Pearson VUE to guide you on how to book CBT exams. So this is a copy of an email which you will receive once your verification is done. So it takes around 30 to 35 working days. Okay, so once this is done, you will receive an email from Pearson VUE. Pearson VUE is the body who conducts your CBT examination. So then you will get a guide like how to actually book for your CBT examination. Then you give your CBT examination, you clear your CBT examination, you upload your details about it. Then you do your health verification and all those things would be uploaded along with your GP signatures and your health declaration, everything will be uploaded. Once you pass your CBT exam and all of the formalities are done, your hospital where you applied will apply for certificate of sponsorship in the UK. So your NHS hospital, whichever you selected, the hospital will apply for COS and then you can travel to UK and attempt OSCE. Now, when you attempt OSCE, after your clearance of OSCE, you can apply for your NMC PIN. That is the second part of your application, for which you will be charged around 153 pounds. But that can be done once you clear your OSCE. Okay, so this is the process which you need to follow. Stay tuned with us. Make sure that you subscribe this channel